Yeah, I'd just like to respond to Theresa May's announcement where she's saying she's going to target the actual buyers of drugs to help reduce the violence that we're actually seeing on our streets today. I'd just like to say this is a very negative and very backward way of thinking of how to tackle the actual street crime. By targeting the buyers of drugs, you may scare away the actual drug users from that area, but it's just going to move it to another district. Yes, it will make more competition on the street for the sellers to find customers, but don't you think that's going to increase the violence on the streets, whereby one group of sellers are going to try to scare away the other group of sellers because there's less business on the street? So you're just looking for more problems on the streets. You're talking about you want to work with the schools. The schools are failing our young black children. This is why our black children have turned to the streets to find some sort of living. You talk about working with the social services and with the councils, who again are evicting black families from the inner cities of London, who are dividing our communities, who are gentrifying our communities and eliminating the black communities from the decisions that they are making. The whole process that you're trying to implement now to tackle this problem is not going to work. The simple fact is you need to give the youth of today opportunities, give them the chance to make a living within this society without looking to find crime as the only outlet that they have. And by simply shifting the focus onto the users of drugs is not going to solve the problem. Better you legalise the drugs, therefore there'll be no the commercial value of these drugs will be less on the streets, which may then deter people from looking to make a living on that street. That would be a much easier and simple way to deal with the problem than to target the users of drugs. You know, to criminalise people for their recreational habits is not going to solve the problems of violence and knife carrying on our streets today. That's all I have to say on that topic.
And what's your views in terms of why crime is on the rise in London?
The reason that crime's rising on London is because the opportunities in London for minority groups like the black children and the black youth in our communities has been limited. The tools that we need to survive now within this fast-growing technology environment is not being passed on in schools. You're failing our children in schools with your antiquated education. You're not giving them the tools that when they leave school they can do something positive with their lives, and they find, you know, from being excluded and being bored within this education system is going to inevitably lead to children looking for escape elsewhere and making a living elsewhere. And if they can see that they can make more money by selling drugs than going to Tesco's and packing shelves, I think they're going to take the easy option. The downfall is that when they get into this lifestyle, there's no easy way out.
And what could parents do to maybe help support?
It's hard for parents because parents are in a system where they're fighting to keep the roofs over their heads. They have to do their working. A lot of parents are not spending enough time with their children. They're not educating and leading their children in the right way simply because of the pressures that they're facing in life. There's a lot of single parents again within our society and in our communities, which again we need more education from school. They need more grounding growing up before they have children, and we're lacking in all these departments. There's no simple cure to this, but by, you know, really we have to start from the ground roots, start talking to our children and start providing for these children and show them opportunities that they can achieve and heights they can reach to before they turn into adolescence, because otherwise they've already set their minds on what path they're going to take.
And if you had a message for those watching, young people especially, what would you say to them that were caught up in street culture, gang violence, crime, or thinking of entering that path?
I mean, I think a lot of the children see this sort of lifestyle, it's like a movie. They've only seen the glamorous side of it. They've seen people with the money, they've seen people with the clothes and the fast cars and the girls. That is not what it is. That is not what it is, you know. You're going to have to be looking over your shoulder all the days of your life. You have to be doing certain things that you don't want to do to be part of this, you know. And there's no easy way out at the end of the day, you know. They say gangster for life, and in some cases that is it. That's going to be your life. Before you get to that situation and start carrying knives and carrying weapons, you know, look for something else. There's got to be something else that you can do to make yourself proud and be respected and get the sort of lifestyle that you want than other than selling drugs. Because I know that these black children are much more intelligent, 100% more intelligent than they're being portrayed to be. They want to generate that energy and that power into something else which will give them a foot up in life and give them some foundation to bring the other youths coming behind them, show them something different, away from the street life, that the next generation can prosper even better.
And I know that finally that you're from, you know, where area are you from?
I'm from South London.
Where exactly?
I'm from South London, Brixton.
And in that area, would you say that there's a problem with crime amongst young people in Brixton?
There is, but again, in Brixton itself, there is very little crime, as to we know as crime. In the surrounding areas, there is crime, but in Brixton again, there is crime. The youths are trapped in the estates. We need options. You know, all the cuts the Conservatives have put into place, close down our community centres, close down our youth clubs. There's nothing for the youth to do. Our kids are being expelled from school. What do they expect is going to happen? I mean, all the ingredients are there to cause what we're seeing, you know, the reflex of what we're seeing. So until they address these social issues and take this seriously, there's going to be no change in our communities.